Hello. Dine has seen a massive overhaul in the version 50 update beta, basically becoming an entirely new moon. With this, I'd like to highlight some major changes and point out their significance. To start, when comparing the old Dine to the new one, the fire exit is now easily accessible and in the general direction of the main entrance. Originally, Dine's fire exit was in the opposite direction of the main entrance, and usually required the extension ladder or jetpack to access, unless you knew how to climb up to it, and I sure didn't. The fire exit now takes a bit longer to reach, but given that it's in the direction of the main entrance, and no one, regardless of how adept they are at climbing, will require extra equipment to get to it, it has become a more consistent point of entry. The terrain on Dine has also changed entirely, other than it remaining a snowy moon. Before the update, Dine could almost be considered Rend 2, as the main entrance could be found by following the tethers in the same general direction, or by taking a similar shortcut, seen in the footage on screen now. Now, however, Dine is very unique from Rend, with an almost maze-like exterior that allows you to take many different paths while traversing its outside environment. The main entrance on Dine is now positioned inline and in front of the ship, rather than being behind the ship's door at an angle, which makes first-time navigation of the moon a bit more straightforward. Some new map features are also present. Dine used to just have a pipe and some fence out in the open, while Rend had a small shack for cover. Dine has kept the pipe and fencing, but now also has a friggin' sweet fallen tree. It might not sound like much, but the tree allows you to slip away from any tall enemies, like giants and old birds, as they are too large to chase you under it. Alongside this, the intersecting paths made by the many tall mountains also let you avoid audible dangers more easily, or escape as you can take pretty tight turns around the mountains to get out of sight. The interior has also changed, but in a less significant way. Dine was notorious for its high trap spawn rates that caused it to often be filled with mines and turrets. I personally often avoided Dine in the past, as similar loot could be found in Rend without as much of a trap presence, and Titan was simply more fun for me. I'm not entirely sure if Dine has had its trap spawn rates reduced, or whatever the terminology is, because I don't look into stats like that. But in my experience since the update, I've only found them present in moderate concentrations that are no real issue to deal with. To me at least, it seems that the high trap count of Dine has been substituted for it becoming the staple location of Butlers. Currently, there always seems to be at least a few Butlers on Dine, and sometimes they can have an extreme population on the moon. When the update first came out, this was not a big deal, as you could just ignore them so long as you were paired up with a crew member. However, they are recently changed in a pretty meaningful way, so they become aggressive for a short time whenever they are bumped into or attacked. They can even walk into you on their own and become aggressive. This change to Butlers has made the interior of Dine more consistently dangerous, and in line with the other difficult moons. Overall, the changes to Dine's exterior have given it a notable identity separate from Rend, with them basically adding a whole new moon to the game in place of the original Dine. On the interior side of things, the Butlers might be a bit annoying if they aggro off contact and are always tailing you in high numbers, but time will tell. I still think it's better than having to tiptoe around turrets and mines all the time. In conclusion, I think the changes made are great, and I'd be interested in hearing how you feel about them, so feel free to comment. With that, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.